It's okay. Good morning, friends. Jack is very upset because he just heard somebody outside, but I think he'll be all right. So we are here with you on Sunday to read some of Proverbs. I hope that you guys are excited about that and ready to go. Before we go watch football, cannot believe the Packers lost. My son is a huge Packers fan and devastated. So hopefully the games today are going to be a little bit better for our family than they were yesterday. But we'll see. In the meantime, we're going to start off our day reading and then get to everything else we have to do. So thank you for being here with me. We are in Proverbs and we're starting on chapter 19. If you want to read along, if you just want me to read to you, that's fine too. But if you want to read chapter 19, Jack is here with us. Okay. It is better to be poor and honest than a fool and dishonest. Zeal without knowledge is not good. A person who moves too quickly may go the wrong way. People ruin their lives by their own foolishness and then are angry at the Lord. Wealth makes many friends, and poverty drives them away. A false witness will not go unpunished, nor will a liar escape. Many beg favors from a prince. Everyone is the friend of a person who gives gifts. If the relatives of the poor despise them, how much more will their friends avoid them? The poor call after them, but they are gone. To acquire wisdom is to love oneself. People who cherish understanding will prosper. A false witness will not go unpunished, and a liar will be destroyed. It isn't right for a fool to live in luxury or a slave to rule over by princes. People with a good sense restrain their anger. They earn esteem by overlooking wrongs. The king's anger is like a lion's roar, but his favor is like dew on the grass. Sorry, this is a very weird angle. I just looked up and scared myself. Okay. A foolish child is a calamity to a father, and a nagging wife a noise like a constant dripping. Parents can provide their sons with an inheritance of houses and wealth, but only the Lord can give an understanding wife. A lazy person sleeps soundly and goes hungry. Keep the commandments and keep your life. Despising them leads to death. If you help the poor, you are lending to the Lord, and he will repay you. Discipline your children while there is hope. If you don't, you will ruin their lives. Short-tempered people must pay their own penalty. If you rescue them once, you'll have to do it again. Get all the advice and instruction you can, and be wise the rest of your life. You can make many plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail. Loyalty makes a person attractive, and it is better to be poor than dishonest. Fear of the Lord gives life, scrutiny, and protection from harm. Some people are so lazy that they won't even lift a finger to feed themselves. If you punish a mocker, the simple-minded will learn a lesson. If you reprove the wise, they will be all the wiser. Children who mistreat their father or chase away their mother are a public disgrace and an embarrassment. If you stop listening to instruction, my child, you have turned your back on knowledge. A corrupt witness makes a mockery of justice. The mouth of the wicked gulps down evil. Mockers will be punished, and the backs of fools will be beaten. Come here, Jack. Wine produces mockers, and liquor leads to brawls. Whoever is led astray by drinking cannot be wise. The king's fury is like a lion's roar. To rouse his anger is to risk your life. Avoiding a fight is a mark of honor. Only fools insist on quarreling. If you are too lazy to plow in the right season, you'll have no food at harvest. Though good advice lies deep within a person's heart, the wise will draw it out. Many will say they are loyal friends, but who can find one who is really faithful? The godly walk with integrity. Blessed are their children after them. When a king judges, he carefully weighs all the evidence, distinguishing the bad from the good. Who can say, I have cleansed my heart and I am pure and free from sin? The Lord despises double standards of every kind. Even children are known by the way they act, whether their conduct is pure and right. Eyes to hear and ears to hear and eyes to see, both are gifts from the Lord. If you love sleep, you will end in poverty. Keep your eyes open and there'll be plenty to eat. I do love to sleep, though. The buyer haggles over the price, saying it's worthless, and then brags about getting a bargain. Wise speech is rarer and more valuable than gold and rubies. Be sure to get collateral from anyone who guarantees the debt of a stranger. Get a deposit if someone guarantees the debt of a foreigner. Stolen bread tastes sweet, but it turns to gravel in the mouth. Plans succeed through good counsel. Don't go to war without the advice of others. A gossip tells secrets, so don't hang around with someone who talks too much. If you curse your father or mother, the lamp of your life will be snuffed out. An inheritance obtained early in life is not a blessing in the end. Don't say, I will get even for this wrong. Wait for the Lord to handle the matter. The Lord despises double standards, and he is not pleased by dishonest scales. How can we understand the road we travel? It is the Lord who directs our steps. It is dangerous to make a rash promise to God before counting the cost. A wise king finds the wicked, lays them out like wheat, and then runs the crushing wheel over them. The Lord's searchlight penetrates the human spirit, exposing every hidden motive. Unfailing love and faithfulness protect the king, and his throne is made secure through love. The glory of the young is their strength. The gray hair is the experience, is the splendor of old. Do you need your ball, Jack? Sorry. Physical punishment cleanses away evil, and such discipline purifies the heart. Okay, that was 19 and 20, so we're on 21. I play live Christian music content. Could use help lifting God's name higher. God is good. Yes, he is. What would happen if Pinocchio said his nose was going to grow? I don't know. Thank you. Our house is very old, so we've definitely made it a home. Okay, so chapter 21 is where we are. The king's heart is like a stream of water directed by the Lord, who turns it wherever he pleases. People may think they are doing what's right, but the Lord examines the heart. The Lord is more pleased when we do what is just and right than when we give him sacrifices. Haughty eyes, a proud heart, and evil actions are all sins. Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. Good planning and hard work. Wealth created by lying is a vanishing mist and a deadly trap. Because the wicked refuse to do what is just, their violence boomerangs and destroys them. The guilty walk a crooked path, and the innocent travel a straight road. It is better to live alone in the corner of the attic than with a contentious wife in a lovely home. Evil people love to harm others, and their neighbors get no mercy from them. A simpleton can learn only by seeing mockers punished. A wise person learns through instruction. The righteous one knows what is going on in the homes of the wicked. He will bring those wicked to disaster. Those who shut their ears to the cries of the poor will be ignored in their own time of need. A secret gift calms anger, but a secret bribe pacifies fury. Justice is a joy to the godly, but it causes dismay among evildoers. The person who strays from common sense will end up in the company of the dead. Those who love pleasure become poor. Wine and luxury are not the way to riches. Sometimes the wicked are punished to save the godly, and the treacherous for the upright. It is better to live alone in the desert than with a crabby, complaining wife. They are really serious about this wife situation. Makes, better watch out for that. They've said it over and over again. The wise have wealth and luxury, but fools spend whatever they get. Whoever pursues godliness and unfailing love will find life, godliness, and honor. The wise conquer the city of the strong and level the fortress in which they trust. If you keep your mouth shut, you'll stay out of trouble. Mockers are proud and haughty, and they act with a boundless arrogance. The desires of lazy people will be their ruin, for their hands refuse to work. They're always greedy for more, while the godly love to give. God loathes the sacrifices of an evil person, especially when it is brought with ulterior motives. A false witness will be cut off, but an attractive witness will be allowed to speak. The wicked put up a bold front, but the upright proceed with care. Human plans, no matter how wise or well-advised, cannot stand against the Lord. The horses are prepared for battle, but the victory belongs to the Lord. Choose a good reputation over great riches, for being held in high esteem is better than having silver or gold. The rich and poor have this in common. The Lord made them both. A prudent person foresees the danger ahead and takes precautions. The simpleton goes blindly and suffers the consequences. True humility and fear of the Lord lead to riches, honor, and long life. The deceitful walk a thorny, treacherous road. Whoever values life will stay away. Teach your children to choose the right path, and when they're older, they'll remain upon it. Just as the rich rule the poor, so the borrower is servant to the lender. Those who plant the seeds of injustice... Those who plant the seeds of injustice will harvest disaster, and their reign of terror will end. Blessed are those who are generous, because they feed the poor. Throw out the mocker, the fighting, quarrels, and insults will disappear. Anyone who loves a pure heart and gracious speech is the king's friend. The Lord preserves knowledge, but he ruins the plans of the deceitful. The lazy person is full of excuses, saying, if I go outside, I might meet a lion in the street and be killed. Okay? The mouth of an immoral woman is a deep pit, and living under the Lord's displeasure will fall into it. A youngster's heart is filled with foolishness, but discipline will drive it away. The person who gets ahead by oppressing the poor or by showering gifts on the rich will end in poverty. Listen to the words of the wise and apply your heart to my instruction. For it is good to keep these sayings deep within yourself, always ready on your lips. I am teaching you today, yes, you, so that you will trust in the Lord. In this way you may know the truth and bring an accurate report to those who sent you. Do not rob the poor because they are poor, or exploit the needy in court. For the Lord is their defender, and he will injure anyone who injures them. Keep away from angry, short-tempered people, or you will learn to be like them and endanger your soul. Isn't that the truth? Do not co-sign another person's note or put up a guarantee for someone else's loan. If you can't pay it, even your bed will be snatched out from under you. Do not steal your neighbor's property by moving the ancient boundary markings set up by your ancestors. Do you see any truly competent workers? They will serve kings rather than ordinary people. When you are dining with a ruler, pay attention to what is put before you. If you are a big eater, put a knife to your throat. What? And don't desire all the delicacies. Deception may be involved. Okay? Don't weary yourself trying to get rich. Why waste your time? For riches can disappear as though they had the wings of a bird. Do not eat with people who are stingy. Don't desire their delicacies. Eat and drink, they say, but don't mean it. They're always thinking about how much it costs. You will vomit up the delicious food they serve, and you'll have to take back your words of appreciation for their kindness. Don't waste your breath on fools, for they will despise the wisest advice. Don't steal the land of defenseless orphans by moving the ancient boundary markers, for their Redeemer is strong. He himself will bring their charges against you. Commit yourself to instruction, attune your ears to the words of knowledge, and don't fail to correct your children. They won't die if you spank them. Okay. Physical discipline may well save them from death. My child, how I will rejoice if you become wise. Yes, my heart will thrill when you speak what is right and just. Don't envy sinners, but always continue to fear the Lord, for surely you have a future ahead of you, and your hope will not be disappointed. My child, listen and be wise. Keep your heart on the right course, and do not carouse with drunkards and gluttons, for they are on their way to poverty. Too much sleep clothes a person with rags. Listen to your father who gave you life, and don't despise your mother's experience when she is old. Get the truth and don't ever sell it. Also get wisdom, discipline, and discernment. The father of godly children has a cause for joy, and what pleasure it is to have wise children. So give your parents joy. May she who gave you birth be happy. O son, give me your heart. Make your eyes delight in my ways of wisdom. A prostitute is a deep pit, and an adulterous woman is treacherous. She hides and waits like a robber, looking for another victim who will be unfaithful to his wife. Who has anguish? Who has sorrow? Who is always fighting? Who is always complaining? Who has unnecessary bruises? Who has bloodshot eyes? It is the one who spends long hours in the tavern trying out new drinks. Don't let the sparkle and smooth taste of wine deceive you. For in the end, it bites like a poisonous serpent and stings like a viper. You'll see hallucinations and you'll say crazy things. You will stagger like a sailor tossed at sea, clinging to a swaying mast, and you will say, they hit me, but I didn't feel it. I didn't even know it when they beat me up. When will I wake up so I can have another drink? Okay, last chapter for today, and good morning. Glad that you're here. Okay, this is the last one. Don't envy evil people and don't desire their company, for they spend their days plotting violence and their words are always stirring up trouble. A house is built by wisdom and becomes strong through all good sense. Through knowledge, its rooms are filled with all sorts of precious riches and valuables. A wise man is mightier than a strong man, and a man of knowledge is more powerful than a strong man. So don't go to war without wise guidance. Victory depends on having many counselors. Wisdom is too much for a fool. When the leaders gather, the fool has nothing to say. A person who plans evil will get reputation as a troublemaker. The schemes of a fool are sinful, and everyone despises a mocker. So, if you fail under pressure, your strength is not very great. Rescue those who are unjustly sentenced to death. Do not stand back and let them die. Don't try to avoid responsibility by saying you didn't know about it. For God knows all hearts, and he sees you. He keeps watch over your soul, and he knows that you knew. And he will judge all people. I think Dad's awake because Jack's at the door. He will judge all people according to what they have done. My child, eat honey, for it is good, and honeycomb is sweet to the taste. In the same way, wisdom is sweet to your soul. If you find it, you will have a bright future. Yeah, there he goes. If you find it, you'll have a bright future, and your hopes will not be cut short. Do not lie in wait like an outlaw at the home of the godly, and do not raid the house where the godly live. They may trip 7 times, but each time they will rise again. But one calamity is enough to lay the wicked low. Interesting. Do not rejoice when your enemies fall into trouble. Don't be happy when they stumble, for the Lord will be displeased with you and will turn his anger away from them. Do not fret because of evildoers, and do not envy the wicked, for the evil have no future, and their light will be snuffed out. My child, fear the Lord and the king, and don't associate with rebels, for you will go down with them in sudden disaster, and who knows where the punishment from the Lord and the king will end. Here are some further sayings of the wise. It is wrong to show favoritism when passing judgment. A judge who says to the wicked, "You are innocent," will be cursed by many and denounced by the nations. But blessings are showered on those who convict the guilty. It is an honor to receive an honest reply. Develop your business first before building your house. Do not testify spitefully against innocent neighbors, and don't lie about them. And don't say, "Now I can pay them back for their meanness to me. I'll get even." I walked by the field of a lazy person, the vineyard of one lacking sense, and I saw that it was overgrown with thorns. It was covered with weeds, and its walls were broken down. And then as I looked and thought about it, I learned this lesson. A little extra sleep, a little more slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. Wow. Okay. Amen. What is better, turtles or frogs? So far it is 17 to 15 turtles on lives. I don't know, you guys have an opinion on that? What's better, turtles or frogs? Both of them can be poisonous. I think I would go with a turtle, but only like the Galapagos kind, like the really, really, really big ones that are old and very cool and very slow. Not a snapping turtle. My kids found one of those ones, and that thing scared the crap out of me. I had to put it in a box, and it was evil. So I would not go with that turtle. I would go with the big, slow one. That's just my response. Anyway, I digress. So we are done for today, guys. That was chapter 24. So we are done with day 161. I looked up yesterday. Day 183 is halfway. So we're almost halfway, which is very exciting. So I hope that you have a fantastic Sunday. Thank you for being here with me. If you're going to go watch football, it's getting really good. Go Chiefs. I think that's who I'm rooting for now, because all my other teams have gotten nudged out. So I think we're going to go for the Chiefs. I like Mahomes. It's good. He's good people. So I hope that you guys have a fantastic day. Enjoy watching the game or whatever else that you're doing. And we should be back tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Bye.